Hello everybody and welcome to the GWS show. We have a ton of things to discover and a ton of topics to go through today. So hopefully we can smash through all of this very quickly because there's a ton of GWS news. And I'm thinking the way I'm starting to process my YouTube channel is by doing AFL based stuff. I know previously you're going to see a lot of other shit, but right now we are not that anymore. We are not any of those other stuff. We are the GWS show and we're going to go through everything GWS news. We're going to do live reactions to the games and hopefully we react to some wins because right now our team is looking absolutely horrible. But that's why we're here to talk about it. So the first topic, hold on, I have my notes on my phone because we have a lot to go through. And the first one I want to talk about is GWS and the Taranto and Hopper situation. So yeah, this topic's been going on for maybe a few weeks now. There's been a very little bit of concern for Taranto's contract. There's been a lot of discussions whether he's going to re-sign, but I'm pretty confident he's going to re-sign. I don't see why GWS would want to push a young player like Taranto away to another team, which maybe a Victorian team wants to go for him, or maybe even like I don't see him moving anywhere else. Maybe a Victorian team. I can see him playing on Richmond, but we don't want to give anyone to Richmond because we hate Richmond. Everyone hates Richmond, let's be honest. But anyways, moving on. So on the notes that I had, I read that somewhere that it was either we're going to keep him or we're going to keep Jacob Hopper. Now, that's a tough one because Hopper's not having the best season. He's having an average season. Yes, everyone did well on the weekend against West Coast, so you should. It's West Coast Eagles. We should definitely be up by like at least 50 points. Like we were up by like a fair bit at one stage. 50-point margin, yeah, that's good, but we should have won by a lot more. So the problem that we have with the contracts is that Taranto, well, we don't really have the money to keep both, and I'm sure Hopper's going to be asking for the cash as well. We have a lot of other things going on, which is that the board's got a big call to make. It's either you keep Taranto or you keep Hopper. The chances of having both is, I don't know, it's not looking likely at the moment, which it sucks because we can go for both, but then our money is just going down the drain. Like we gave the bag to Whitfield last year, or whenever we gave him the bag. Caniglio, he's been look, he had a good game on Saturday, but that's against West Coast. I'm not going to give anyone the benefit of the doubt for a bunch of players that are just only trying against shit teams. It just doesn't work like that. And pretty much, it's just that game that game was. Oh, it wasn't even on Saturday. It was on Sunday. My bad. It was on Sunday. It wasn't pretty, but we won. But we beat West Coast. West Coast aren't good this year. They were my wooden spoon predictors at the beginning of the year, and I think they're obviously going to get it. But actually, no, I think I had no West Coast, then North Melbourne. But yeah, it's getting a bit frustrating now because this is the second week now where we might not have Taranto again because of injury, and Whitfield's been terrible. Like I don't think he's had a good game in a while, and it's really disappointing because we gave him the bag, and to get that cash, you gotta work well, you gotta work hard. See. Yes, it was time for Leon Cameron to go because what he was doing was he was oh my god. That's a topic we want to go through later. But we're moving off topic a little bit. We're going to get back to the Taranto situation. So on my notes that I was listening to the radio today, and they did say that Taranto, the former pick number 2, well obviously we all know he's coming out of contract at the end of the season. Yes, he deserves the bag. I would love to give Taranto the bag. He's 23 years old, I believe. And he's had a really good, I shouldn't say a really good season, but his season's been pretty good compared to others, like Whitfield, for example, he's been shit. Like, I hate to use swear words, but he's been absolutely shit. And it's really disappointing because, man, I had high expectations for him, and he's in a lot of people's fantasy teams. No, I'm not judging him off fantasy, I'm judging him off what I've seen this season. And our results, we've only won 2 games. And it maybe even I don't even care about how many games we've won. It's the games that we've lost. Losing to Fremantle in Perth, that was terrible. We cannot be losing to Fremantle. And just the other games as well. Like we lost. We lost to Melbourne. That game was just. I remember tuning in. We were down. The game was over before the first quarter. Before the end of the first quarter. The game was shit. Like, fuck. We were putting up no fights against good teams. But then the problem is, the spots that Leon Cameron's put our players in is just it's just fucking stupid. Like, Caniglio, you're not a forward, you're a midfielder. And obviously on Saturday we saw him play some of the midfield and he dominated in the midfield. But once again, I'm not going to give any praise to any players in the team because the performance that they put on Saturday, I keep saying Saturday, on Sunday was fucking shit. It's West Coast. Everyone's got to have a good game against West Coast. I could go out and play for GWS and destroy it and get 40 disposals at least. Like, it's not good. It's not pretty when we're getting praised for games against West Coast. But I'm going to cut it out with the negatives because there's been way too much negatives this season. And I'm going to try to look at the positives. We still got a bunch of season to go. We've got the bye coming up soon. So hopefully we can fix everything from the bye. But I keep going off topic because this Taranto and Hopper situation is pretty tough because Hopper has last year signed a 2-year extension and that brought him to until probably at the end of next season, which is, it's alright. We still got him, but the Taranto, see, if we lose Taranto, it's gonna be bad. Giants fans, we'll be very disappointed. Like, we really need to step up our game with this. I think we should offer him the bag. Yet again, there's a few topics that I've read which are fucking absolutely... Sorry to the people that have to listen to this, but sorry to the fucking idiots on Fox Footy or whoever the fuck came up with this idea that Taranto for Dustin Martin is good. It's absolutely shit. It's fucking shit. I'll tell you what right now. Fucking, we have plenty of other things to worry about than getting Dustin Martin. Dusty's good. He's not good anymore. Every 3 games he's good. Taranto's good every game. He's consistently shit as well. But I just the game the Fox, like, all of those sporting shows at the moment, they're just piss takes. Like, who comes up with the idea for Taranto for Dustin Martin? I would never do that. Dusty's a legend of the game. But Taranto's up and coming. And if he stays with the Giants, we can get praised. But it's fucking shit whoever comes up with those ideas. Moving on to the next topic. We had some coaching discussions with what's it called? I wrote it in my notes. I full forgot what it was on about. I'm pretty sure it was... We have Mark McVeigh right now in the coaching system. And I was talking to a few people and I was saying, James Hurd, it wouldn't be that bad for us. Yes, he had his history with Essendon. Yes, he had a bunch of problems off the field that everyone should know by now. But I think him filling in for the Giants isn't really that bad. I would be all for James Hurd to the Giants, or to coach the Giants. Mark McVeigh, obviously we won on Sunday, but it's against West Coast, and I just we're not good this year. It just sucks that poor Adelaide were 5-5, and now they're on top of us on the ladder. That just proves how bad of a start, like the start of the season we've had. Like, it's just shocking. But yeah, we were talking about it, and my friends were like, "Oh my god, are you serious? You want James Hurd as the coach?" I'm like, dude, James Hurd will get those players in the correct spots. He won't be putting Whitfield on the... Or actually, the wing's a good spot for him, but putting him back is probably a little bit better for us. And for another thing, Lockie Ash, I don't think we'll see him in the midfield anymore. I think we won't be seeing him in the midfield anymore. It would be lucky to see him in the midfield, but I think putting Cogs back in the mid was very good. Very, very good. Some other things that I really do want to see from the new Giants coach is attacking a lot more. We're playing really... when Leon Cameron was the coach, we were playing very protective of the ball, trying to keep possession, but then we would boot it long about 30 meters deep, turn it over, and then it's gone the other way for another goal. And I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing? There's no structure. So luckily, now that Leon Cameron's gone, we won the game on Sunday against West Coast. Once again, I'm not going to do anything for that team. It's just absolutely shit. But man, we've got a lot of news to talk. Like, we're going to cover so many things this week. There's going to be a lot of GWS news that I can think of. There's been tons and tons of news coming out from sources, all of this bullshit. Like, I still can't believe Taranto for Dustin Martin was even a discussion. That can never happen. And if GWS pull the trigger on that, we're trying to gain fans. We don't want to lose fans. But that could be the case. But anyways, that's it. We're going to stop talking about the coach. We're going to stop talking about Taranto. We're going to stop talking about all of the negatives, especially that game on the weekend. Yes, we won. Yes, against West Coast. We're going to move on to the preview this week, which... Oh, actually, I'm not going to do the preview now. I'm going to do that in another episode. So the way we're going to structure it is we're going to have a weekly discussion. So see the news from last round. Then we're going to do our game preview and then our round predictions. Is that what I had? I don't think I had that, actually. Oh, no. So we have our game preview on game day plus live stream reaction. So we'll have this all set up. And you'll see me getting angry and fucking spewing if we're losing, or being happy and excited when we're winning. Pretty much, I think that's about it. But oh man, actually this is shocking because a lot of things have happened this round that we got to start looking at the positives. Bruce is a bit of a not too sure this week. Oh, that's right. The other episode was team selections. So obviously we'll go through those team selections, see who's debuting, see who got kicked out of the squad, see all of this mad stuff, and pretty much see the vibe. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the schedule. And yes, this is my first episode of The Giant Show, and now my YouTube channel once again will be taken over by The Giant Show. But moving into pretty much the next bit of my episode, I would say maybe we should go into this, but it's more, do I want to discuss about Mark McVeigh, because this is why I want to start talking honest, because the Mark McVeigh thing is just, everyone's judging him off that one game. It was against West Coast, and West Coast is shit. They're not good. We should have won a lot more. I think we kicked 20 goals. 20 goals? I don't even remember, but it was a fair bit of goals. But it's West Coast. The game was good. The Cogs looked back to form, which was about time. Toby Green kicked the first 2 goals of the game, I think. I think that was correct. And then we just had a lot of possession, which was good. We're going to also go through some of the press conferences that Mark McVeigh went through. We'll go through that another day. But for now, I think we're going to wrap it up there because we've got a lot of stuff to get through this week. We've got the previews, we've got the team selections, we've got the press conferences, and we've also got game day. And this game day is very important because as I can see, hold on. I'm pretty sure it's on the Saturday. I could be wrong. Against, hold on. Oh, all right. Yep. That's going to be a good game as well. All right. So obviously I knew we were versing Brisbane, but I didn't know what time the game was. So I think we can wrap it up there. Team selections. I'm not too sure who's on the board for team selections. Who's going to get omitted from that team? I really hope we don't see Tanner Bruin get omitted. He was very good. His energy is just really good. Like, that's all I can say. I really liked watching him play. Who else played? We'll go, actually, one more segment we're going to add to the show is we're going to choose our 3 best players on the weekend and our 3 worst players. And we'll do our player ratings on game day or after game day, which will be post-game But because our new episode is today, we'll go through all of them right now. And top 3 performers on Saturday. So let's get the disposals up. Because my number one option... Well, actually, I shouldn't even need to look at this. But... sorry guys, that's my fucking cat. What the fuck? Alright, but... yes, we won by 52 points. It wasn't pretty. But I'm actually going to give my number one ranked player for the season... Well, for the game, not for the season, because Jesus Christ, if you were choosing that for the season, it would be very difficult. Number one would go to... Oh, actually... three best players. We're not going to do points or whatever, because that's going to be too much. We'll have too much shit to go through then. But 3 best players. Josh Kelly, he looked back in form. He was very... Like, how should I say? He was very consistent. His ball getting was really good, and everything was looking great. Number 2 would have to be stupid. Alright. Number 2. This is a tough one because Perryman finally looked good again, but once again, Peatling. Oh man, he played really well, and so did. I don't want to say Matt Flynn played well, but with. Should I give it? Nah. Alright. So we'll go our 3. So Josh Kelly, Cogs, and maybe the comment section should decide who played really well, Peatling or Perryman, because that's a tough one. They both played really well. Even Tom Green and Toby Green, they did their job. But now we got to go into our worst players, because there was a few bad players that I wasn't really enjoying, and the first one's gotta be, and I really don't want to say this, but Riccardi, yeah, he's good when he wants to be, but sometimes he lacks the effort. Yes, I really love Riccardi. I love the way he plays. Like, I remember the first, I think it was his debut, he bombed it from 50, and he looked like the next big thing, the next Jeremy Cameron, but he hasn't really lived up to those expectations since. But we got to give him more of an opportunity. He dropped a lot of very easy marks, which were a bit of a letdown, but 3 worst players, it's not really that many to choose from. I'd probably go... No, I'm not going to... I'm not too... I'm trying to think, because everyone played well. I think it comes to a point where Sam Taylor had a little bit of a quiet one, and Connor Iden, but we had the ball in the forward that long. Like, we had the ball in our half for like majority of the game. But Bobby Hill's a little bit disappointing, considering we were in the forward the whole time. He only kicked 1 goal, but the 1 goal that he kicked was pretty good. But yeah, I think Riccardi just needs to step up. He can be the guy that we go to. Like, if he can get into the game, kick about 5 goals. Like, I know 5 goals is a lot, but he's capable of kicking 5 goals. We've seen it before. But yet again, he's dropping easy marks. Like, they're really easy marks. Like, he should be marking him, but we can't do much about that. It's Jake Riccardi, and he is having a average season. I think he needs to start kicking his goals, because if he wants to consistently stay in the side, he has to live up to those expectations of the Jeremy Camerons and probably even the Tom Lynches. He could, if we gave him the chance, he could probably be a very good player. But anyways, I think we're going to wrap it up there. We chose our 3 best players and our 3 worst players, and I think tomorrow we're going to come back with hopefully team selections tomorrow, or maybe Friday. But hopefully more news will come out. I'm going to cover the coaching stuff tomorrow. I wanted to cover it today, but we're almost getting into the 20-minute mark of the show, and I didn't want to go anywhere over 25 minutes. But, oh well, it is what it is. If you guys haven't yet, hop into your Coles and get your beanies for the MND. Oh my God, I was about to say that wrong. MND and the Fight and the Big Freeze beanies, $25 at Coles, or I don't know where else you can get them. I always get them at Coles. But yeah, this is the beanie for the number 8. I think it's number 8. Does it say on here? Yeah, number 8. There we go. Yep, this is the beanie for this year. It's really nice. I'll probably rock this in the next episode. Fire MND and Big Freeze number 8. So yeah, I hopped into my Coles today at work and thought I would cop it. So it's a really nice one. But anyways, oh my god. Of course, the cat comes when I'm doing my outro. Alright, but anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for hopefully team selections, and maybe we'll go through some fantasy news. Actually, fantasy, oh, Jesus Christ, I don't even know. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the year, and first episode of a very long show, because we're planning to go, we're planning to take this very serious, and hopefully on game day, we get a few people coming in and watching and vibing. But anyways, peace out.